So we're finally in that stretch of period within War Thunder where we have a ton of stuff that's actually going to be happening over the end of October, November, and as well as December. We're going to have a ton of stuff that is going to be happening within the game, and this video is going to be kind of there to prepare you guys to be able to benefit from a bunch of the stuff which is going to happen. So we're going to be kind of going in what is definitely going to happen whenever it comes to this video, like the anniversary sales, the mouse coming back, and all that sort of stuff. And we'll also talk about other things which could possibly happen within the game from the past years of where you might be able to actually get some free stuff whenever it comes to certain vehicles and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, there is 2 War Thunder updates left. So we have this one which is coming up for the anniversary for War Thunder, and then finally we have the one in December which will last us until about March of 2024. So the year for War Thunder is basically done. You know, there's not much left whenever it comes to updates. You got 2 left, and then you know you have a bunch of the anniversary event type stuff which we'll be covering in this video. So the first event which is going to be coming within the end of October is going to be the Poe 2 races. So if you don't know what this is, it's basically where you get an M18 or you get the Night Witch Poe 2, which you're able to race around the map and you're able to compete against other people for leaderboard spots of where you're able to actually obtain the Poe 2. Many people have gotten this over the years. It's pretty much a staple for the Halloween events whenever it comes to War Thunder, and majority of the time, people who need the Poe 2 or do not have it will be able to get it because, you know, majority of people who already have it are not going to partake in this event. So it's very easy to get, in my opinion. You just have to, you know, race around. Maybe you have to do a little bit more for the Poe 2, you know, depending on, you know, how many players there is, because there's a ton of new players within War Thunder. But overall, in my opinion, it's not an event that you need to do unless you really want to just have the Poe 2 within War Thunder. So right after the Halloween event for War Thunder, that's majority of the time when we'll get the first dev blog for the anniversary sales and as well as just what the anniversary type stuff is going to be. Now, majority of the time, you're going to have your pack sales. You're going to have your discounts for, you know, in-game, you know, G prices, all that sort of stuff. Whenever it comes to that, you're probably going to have your SL discounts and as well as just talismans and all that sort of stuff whenever it comes to War Thunder. That's pretty much a staple, and if you want to prepare for that, definitely make sure to save up some money if you want to buy certain premiums on the store, and as well as, you know, just if you want to save your GE now, if you bought some recently, save it for the anniversary because everything most likely will be cheaper. The only thing that is not cheaper during any sort of War Thunder sale is squadron vehicles, because for some reason they never go on discount whenever it comes to Silver Lions, and even if you're not able to pay anything whenever it comes to Golden Eagles, you are able to still benefit from these sales because of Silver Lions. So if you need to obtain a bunch of vehicles within this, it is definitely recommended to just wait a couple more weeks, especially if you don't need them to progress in your tech trees or you need them for lineups. You'll be able to get them on discount, which saves you a ton of SL or, you know, War Thunder in general. Now, the reason I'm not going into huge detail about the War Thunder sales is because majority of the time they change, like either what is on sale, you know, what their benefits are whenever it comes to, you know, certain packs or something like that. Sometimes you have to bundle them. It's a bunch of different things that might happen through the event, and I'll rather wait for the actual event to actually come out, or actually the sales to come out, to see, you know, what they are. So I'm not going to really speculate on it, other than that you can prepare right now with the War Thunder sales if you need to save some money or you want to save some vehicles for SL. Now, the next thing, which is pretty much a staple of the War Thunder anniversary sales, is the mouse. So the mouse most likely will be coming back whenever it comes to the anniversary sale, and you'll have a time period to be able to get it. It seems like it's majority of the time, like a week, you're able to actually get the opportunity to research it. Now, from where it's worked in the past, the mouse, the only requirement that you have to pretty much get through the event is you have to be rank 5 Germany, and then also you have to at least put in 1 RP into the mouse. So as long as you do those 2 requirements whenever it comes to War Thunder, you should be able to research the mouse at any time within your War Thunder career. As long as you put anything into the mouse, you can research it next summer if you want to. So I've seen a lot of people actually take the opportunity to just get enough research into the mouse so they're able to get it at any time, and that's what I would recommend as well. If you're like rank 3 or rank 4 Germany, it is very much obtainable to actually get to rank 5 very quickly before this event actually comes out with the mouse, and you should be able to get it whenever it comes to that. So yeah, the mouse is a wonderful vehicle to have within War Thunder. You know, it's very unique, and you also get to get it through an event, which is, you know, a little bit different than it used to be. It used to be a tech tree vehicle, and, you know, sadly it got removed, and now it's relegated to events where a majority of the people will be playing Object 279s once people are trying to spade this thing, because, you know, it is just a meme to meme on the mouse every single year whenever this thing comes out. So yeah, I would actually highly recommend, if you get the mouse, to wait to spade it probably somewhere in the next year in 2024 when many people have quit playing it, because, you know, everyone likes to bring out the bully vehicles of the mouse to be able to just get some free kills because, you know, it's not the greatest vehicle in the world, especially in an up tier. So let's see how that goes. But yeah, you can't prepare for the mouse, especially if you're very close of actually getting it. So the next thing that might come just because it's the anniversary sale of War Thunder is very unique packs which have not seen the store in probably about a year or so. So there's packs like the T-34 Protype. You also have the German Sherman. You have some of the PT boats which have not seen the light of day for a very long time. Many of these vehicles most likely will come back. Maybe there will be even more of them which have been took away from the store. And most of the time they're very overpriced for what they are, but they are unique collector's items that some people would like to get. I'm not really going to speculate on which vehicles will actually come back, but do realize that there is a huge possibility of these types of vehicles to actually come back within War Thunder. So if you want to get one of these things, be prepared to actually get it through the store, because they're most of the time have a limit on the amount of vehicles that they can actually sell. And I'm not really sure if it's the limit that is, you know, made to have scarcity because, you know, people are scared it might run out, or if it's an actual thing where people buy it, they actually run out of things. So we'll have to see how that sort of stuff goes, but be prepared to buy that if you really do want it. So the next part of this video is just going to be very much educated guesses whenever it comes to what can happen for the anniversary event for War Thunder and what else could also happen, because, well, for one, I don't expect for there to be a Strum Tiger again. You know, most likely there'll be some sort of other event vehicle like a Dawg 2, or vehicles that really don't fit the, I would say, meta of War Thunder. You know, stuff like, you know, the Strum Tiger, which, you know, is completely weird and unique whenever it comes to its playstyle. But overall, it's a very much a bad thing for the game because they really can't do much whenever it comes to, you know, supporting their team. You know, it's a very much a meme vehicle. You can get some crazy snipes with it across the map and all that sort of stuff. But at the end of the day, it's a vehicle that is just kind of a collector's item for a majority of people within War Thunder. And I kind of suspect that we're going to have some sort of other vehicle kind of like that, you know, like Dawg 2. You know, maybe if they really want to meme it up, they could do like a Bob Simple tank. Or if they even want to meme it up even more, they could do some of the weird Russian prototypes, which, you know, something like the IS-3 with a little pancake turret on it that has like a AT-GM launcher. Now, stuff that really doesn't fit the meta of War Thunder, but, you know, could be very unique for a event vehicle within the game. And I highly suspect something of this sort to actually happen, and we will have to see if that sort of thing happens. But do be prepared for some sort of like event to happen during the anniversary type stuff for War Thunder. And, you know, maybe you'll have to, you know, set some time aside to actually do it. Majority of the time, if I do remember correctly, the Strum Tiger was a score event. So it was like 20 to 30k score, I do believe, to be able to get this vehicle, which, you know, for being a collector's item is really cool to get. And, you know, you're able to kind of show it off to your friends. I highly suspect that it will be the Strum Tiger again. You know, I kind of feel like that's a one and done vehicle, at least for like, you know, 1 or 2 or 3 years from now. We have to see, you know, if it does come back. But I do highly suspect it's a one and done vehicle. Now, another cool thing that they brought back last year was the 10 rare vehicles for the 10th anniversary. Now, maybe they might do 11 rare vehicles for the 11th anniversary. We'll have to see. But stuff like the M8, M8 was pretty cool to see, you know, the Greyhound. Also had the little float plane HE-51. All of the really like low tier planes within War Thunder, which were, you know, kind of, I would say, you know, not really got by a ton of like newer players to the game, but they're able to obtain them. And some of them are actually kind of good, like the XF5F. This vehicle is a rank 3, I do believe, with like one of the lowest battle ratings for a rank 3 within the game. So you're able to bully a lot of lower players, especially if you need to do events or something like that whenever it comes to War Thunder. So maybe you will get some of the rare vehicles within the game again, but we will have to see, you know, if that happens, you know, once again. Maybe it was a one and done, but, you know, maybe we will be able to actually get some more. All right, so pretty much we've covered everything that could possibly happen whenever it comes to the anniversary event for War Thunder. There are some things that we will cover just for the sake of covering them. There's probably going to be some sort of tournament where you're able to obtain the E100 again, which is a very common thing around this time period of War Thunder. Just a reminder that these tournaments are very hard to do if you actually want to get E100. And majority of the time, people just get these things and then they sell it on the War Thunder market because they already had an E100. So we'll have to see how that sort of stuff goes. But I highly suspect that those types of tournaments will happen again. But we will have to see, you know, if that sort of stuff happens. Now, one final thing that might happen is that you have some merch items for War Thunder which kind of get put out during this time period of War Thunder. You know, you have some posters that you can get. One year they had a signed poster by the developers of War Thunder, so you was able to get it and, you know, frame it up. I did actually get one of those, which is kind of cool. It's very cool to see that, you know, just hanging up and, you know, it's just kind of cool. I don't really know how to explain it more than that. But yeah, overall, just be on the lookout for those sort of things. They are in limited quantity if they do it again. So you might have to just like watch it and make sure that you actually get one before they do sell out. So I do hope everyone has a wonderful day. If you have any questions of what the War Thunder event coming up will be like, definitely leave them in the comments and I'll be able to answer some of your questions for them. But just be a reminder of this. This is one of the most busiest times within War Thunder is at the end of the year, within the end of October, November, and as well as December. So be prepared. You have a ton of events coming. Whenever all of this anniversary stuff is done, you then have the winter event for War Thunder, which is in, the Christmas period. And then, you have those times of pretty much doing nothing whenever it comes to the end of December to about, February, where majority of the things, kind of die down for the game in general. Kind of just die down in real life too, because, a bunch of people, spend their marketing budget on this time of year. So hope everyone has a wonderful day, and I'll see you guys in the next War Thunder video.